Greetings and salutations. Welcome to another episode of 365 Days of Gaming. Really appreciate you taking our time to check out this video. Do what the thing says there, right? Appreciate you. Now this game, I should have done it a while ago. I should have did it on the day that makes the most sense, but there were some extenuating circumstances, so we had to push it back a little bit. But this game, to me and to those that come from where I'm from, this is the first true, in my opinion, survival horror experience we ever had. This is Friday the 13th for the NES. Now, just like the namesake, it is, a game involving Jason Vorhees, right? And in this game, the first time you cut it on, you see the mask, you see the knife go in. That's like, okay, yeah, we're in here. And this is an NES game, and they didn't really kind of show things like that early on in gaming. So that part itself is kind of crazy. But you have these different counselors that you can use, right? And so each of the counselors, as I got older, they're not as bad as we used to make it seem. It's like, yeah, there are some things about each counselor, their strengths and weaknesses, and some people seem to have, more strengths than weaknesses. But like, besides some jumping issues, but also, the ones that can't jump as high seems to have, better firing rates and things like that. They're all adequate, because really, when you get to the nitty gritty of this game, Jason is nearly unstoppable. Okay, this is like one of the first games and one of the few games that I played where it's like, no, you're probably gonna lose, and there's really not much you can do about it. He hits way harder than you can, and he does not take as much damage as you do. So you're basically fighting an uphill battle where the rock can just kind of, be pushed down to the bottom at any point. And he can just show up randomly on the map. So you play a camp counselor, right? You pick your counselor, you go around, and your job is to basically accomplish a set of tasks. Like the first thing is to get the lighter so that you can light the fireplaces, because Jason doesn't show up in places as much when there's light. All right, cool. Even though he's scared of water in this game, it seems like fire scares, but that's okay. All right, so you got this map and you're trying to figure out where to go, and then you get to Alert and you figure out, okay, Jason is attacking people. Now, your job is supposed to be to go confront him and to scare him off. Now that sounds really easy, right? Go fight the dude, go beat him, X, Y, and Z, it's over with. Well, first and foremost, sometimes in order to get to Jason, he likes to be on the other side of the map, so you have to figure out how to get to him. And let's say for some reason, as he is one to do, he goes to one of the ones where you have to go to the water in order to get there. You can't really fight when you're in the water, in the boat. And Jason likes to come and, kind of preheat the oven on you. So he'll come and get a couple licks in on you. So you're already going in at, less than full life, which is already uncomfortable. But then by the time you get to him, he puts you in the first person mode. I usually like fighting Jason if I can in the side scroller mode, but it's much harder to get him to do that. So you end up fighting him in first person mode, which is harder because it's harder to dodge. Like if I'm in the side scrolling mode and I catch him, I can jump over most things depending on what counselor I got, or just jump over him, which makes the fights a lot easier. First person mode is a lot harder. So that's one of the things that you got to deal with. But again, like I said, he takes a lot of damage, but this game literally scared me as a kid. Like I was uncomfortable playing it. Like I wouldn't play it by myself. And even when I did play it, it'd be like, I really would just rather not play it, or, play something, play with somebody there. Like this is a creepy game, and the music is just, for the most part, there's only two songs you hear, the one where you're walking around and then the one when Jason shows up, and you get used to that pretty quick. Like I said, the different counselors, like Jason will even go out and kill the counselors too. So you might end up having less characters just because you couldn't get to a counselor in time and Jason decided to go ahead and, handle that for you. Even when you beat Jason in a fight, it's like the funniest thing. So you'll end up finding Jason and you get into a fight with him, right? And the game will basically be like, yeah, you won, but not really. Like he gonna come back in a little bit, don't worry. And usually he does. And even when you kill him, you take his life bar all the way down in a fight, the game's just gonna start over from the beginning. You can't really win. At least my assumption. I know you can do it twice or whatever and it gets the different ending, but it's Jason, he's gonna come back. And this is the first game where I felt like there was not really a way to win. You just played it until you didn't play it anymore. But it was very memorable, and really I didn't really feel that level of anxiety from a game probably until like Resident Evil. Like this was when I realized, oh, okay, that's what type of game that is. So this to me is the first survival horror. If you think differently, by all means, voice your opinions. It doesn't hurt. You know, I love to hear from you. But if you played this game, and I know some of you have, you know, what are your thoughts on it? How you feel about it? The Friday the 13th we got much later was actually really good to me for a different reason, and we may figure out something to show it some love as well. But I wanted to bring this game up because survival horrors have had a definite impact on my gaming journey. So I appreciate you letting me reminisce with you. Y'all have fun. Y'all be safe. Peace.